So, like, not even that long ago, couple of years back, I was quite a needy guy. I would imagine that when I wanted something, like I wanted to go out with this girl or I liked this girl, it was like my whole energy matched that. I was like, I need this, I need something out of it. I remember there was this one time where I was supposed to go on a date with this girl, and it was just like I had to be there. I just had to go. I had to get attention from her. It was like whenever I spoke to her, I was like I just had this energy like I need attention. I need attention from this person. It's this like it's this gross, yucky, needy feeling on you. And of course, it made it worse when some girl actually showed interest in me, because I was like, oh, okay, it's gonna work out. And of course, still, I didn't realize it back then, but I was just fucking up every single chance I had. And it was literally because I was just thinking about this girl way too much. I remember I've never like asked a girl out on a date. I'd never like went out on a date, alright? And I was supposed to ask this girl out on a date the second day at school. Now, I was literally in bed trying to sleep and I couldn't. I was that nervous. I just couldn't sleep. I literally felt like throwing up. It was that bad. And I was like, what the fuck, dude? Like, it's not supposed to be this difficult to ask a girl out. But for me, it was because, I never really asked any girl out before. I never went on a date. Never, ever in my life. And this was probably like, what, 6 years ago? So yeah, it was like a big, big thing for me. I was just like trying to sleep and I couldn't. I don't know if you've had that feeling before, brother, but it's like maybe sometimes when you go on a long trip, it's like that feeling of excitement. Or just when you have like a big speech at school, it's this like nervous feeling. Or when you've got a performance, it was basically like that. 10 times worse. So, I was just overthinking this shit, how am I gonna do this without just having a mindset, just go with the flow. Do whatever you want. But no, I thought of it like this, and it led to the failed date pretty much because I wasn't in my right headspace. I was just so overthinking. What do I do? Should I do this now? Do I do that? When do I hold a hand? This. And the worst thing is you get emotionally attached to some person that it's maybe that person is not even good. Maybe they're not even good for you. You get emotionally attached and then it just doesn't work out, but you're still emotionally attached to this person and you keep thinking about them and you do this, you do that. And I've had that so much in my life. It sucks. But, I started self-improvement and I was like, fuck this. I'm just going to level up my life. I'm going to think and focus and chase myself instead of some girls. So I started doing that, I started my self-improvement journey. It was literally, I was waking up every single day with a smile on my face. I was literally out in the sun, just having fun, socializing with my friends, having a good time. I didn't actually really think about women because this was after my breakup. So I was like, I kind of got into like a fuck women. I'm just going to wait till marriage. And that was my pussy mindset because I wasn't getting girls. If I was getting girls and I turned them away and saying, I'm going to wait till marriage. Okay, that's a different perspective. That's like respect to this. But just saying, I'm going to wait till marriage when you can't actually get girls is a complete different side of the story, if you want to say it like that. But, I started focusing on my business. I started chasing my business. So I didn't chase a woman. I started chasing my business, started chasing clients, literally, getting job after job after job. And then starting this channel where I was just uploading consistently every single day. I think it was like a month and a half. Literally every single day been going to the gym. Of course, yeah, I skipped, especially when I went overseas now, but I was chasing my body. I was chasing my fitness. I was chasing the meal I was eating. I was like chasing these goals, chasing this purpose. And of course you don't see it instantly. It's a delayed gratification activity. So you won't see progress tomorrow or the same day. But after 3 months, I saw so much progress. And this is progress that you're just way beyond joy. Look, I don't want to assume, but I don't know if you actually experienced this, that you go from the gym and you're literally just laughing and you can't stop laughing. It's not like laughing when you're like laughing with a friend super like hard, but it's this like smile. Your face is genuinely smiling and you can't get rid of that smile. And it's because you know you've achieved something. You've actually, the shit you're doing is working. And you know you're like doing shit in your life that's making you better. It's making you feel more fulfilled. It's making every aspect of your life just better. And I had this when I was in Europe. I left the gym and I just couldn't stop smiling. I was like, I tried to stop smiling and I couldn't. So I fully embraced it. And I can't describe it in words how happy I was. And I still am. Of course, like, it's not always about like health, fitness. Like, you need to socialize with people because, look, there's a difference with being lonely and being lonely. Because you can be lonely and still have a lot of friends. And you can be lonely and have none. That's the same thing. Like, you can be happy and have a lot of friends, and you can be happy and have none. So, like, I started socializing so much more. I actually, like, got good friends. I met people who were on the same path as me. I've got a best friend who's literally like, we want to go Bali together. We want to live together. We're literally on the same grind together. We don't play video games. We don't watch porn. We don't like consume junk material, like food and shit. Yes, I go out. I go like clubbing, but that's maybe like once a month at best. And I don't even drink. I have fun without drinking. Now, I'm not saying, I don't drink as like a brag. I genuinely just don't like alcohol. And I've realized that when I don't drink, I'm myself more. I don't have to have some alcohol to numb me down so I can go talk to a girl. I have more fun when I don't drink. And I've experienced this because I literally got fucked when I was drinking. And that fun I had, yeah, it lasted 2 hours, but it wasn't as fun as when I'm sober. So I realized when I literally just start chasing these good habits, socializing, fitness, my purpose, my YouTube, I start helping people. All of a sudden, you feel more fulfilled with your life. You look in the mirror and you're happy. You get, you're in bed with a girl and she's literally just touching your muscles and she's like drooling all over you. You get guys who message you like, you've changed my life. You get people commenting on your videos like, thank you, this is genuinely like helpful to me. So I started chasing this and leveling up so fast that I didn't really, of course I thought about girls, but I wasn't chasing them. And then I realized after this, and after I learned more female nature, I realized that chasing women literally just makes them run away from you. Guys think that, when you go out with the intention, I'm going to go to a club, pool girls, I'm going to go just try to get laid or something, it's not gonna work out for you because you've got this like energy that you need something from this girl. And I've talked to countless amounts of women. Look, I'm not saying so many, like handful, right? I've talked to a handful of women and I asked them on this topic. And literally all of them said it's the worst thing that a guy, when, maybe when he asks her out or he asks for something and he just stands there or he waits there, he needs some sort of validation. He needs some sort of like something from her. It's like he keeps asking her out. She declines, but he keeps going. You've got these like movies. I literally, when I was younger, I saw these movies, a guy doesn't give up. He keeps asking this girl out until she gives in. And, they live happily ever after. It's nice to think of it like that, but these days it's not as accurate because, you're going to ask a girl, she's going to decline you, and you keep asking her out, she's going to be more reserved and like, she's not going to want to go out with you because you've got this like, you basically display, I can't get any other woman. You're the only one I can get. Now, look, of course it might be different. Of course you might like have an abundance of women and you genuinely just want this one. Like this one's for you, like I don't know. But we're not talking about that here. We're talking about not being needy. Because I myself have realized that, when I start not chasing women, but when I was chasing women, I didn't get any. When I'm chasing my purpose, my goals, everything else, look, I want to say it's quite easy, but then, I've already gotten myself somewhere. But literally, when you have confidence, when you just do shit, it's like, look, I was talking to these two girls, right? I didn't even ask her for her Instagram. I wasn't like, oh, can I have your Instagram? I opened my phone, put it on Instagram, gave it to her, and she's like, oh, is this Instagram? I'm like, yeah, just type it in there. It's simple. You don't have to be some sort of weird beta male who's literally like, oh, please, can I have your Instagram? Same thing, I was in a club, right? I didn't go up to this girl and say, can I dance with you? I literally just grabbed her by the hand. No, I gave her my hand. Just started dancing. And just doing other shit. And then, I'm not going into details. And the same thing, I just gave her my phone. She typed in her Instagram. So, there's a difference between being needy and actually just like going up to girls, talking to girls. Look, the worst thing she can do is reject you. She rejects you, and what do? What I did was, I think it was, I danced to girls, so I span her, I had some fun, and I was like, come on, let's like dance in the circle. I didn't tell her, I gestured her. She said no because she was with her friends and they were leaving or some shit. I don't care. I was actually like, okay, suit yourself. Went. Started dancing with some other girl. I didn't actually care. You can't have this like sort of engagement to this person because I know that a lot of young guys, right, a lot of you, myself when I was younger, would have this. You dance with some person and you're like emotionally attached to this person, maybe because you have no attention from girls and this is the only attention you've gotten. And I know some of you will say like, no, this is not true, this is BS. Like, oh, but it's so true, okay? I've experienced this countless of times. It is so true, my friend, whether you like it or not. A guy who isn't emotionally attached to the girl. Look, I'm not saying like, right now I'm talking in like a club instance, okay? Or, I don't know, if you go cold approach a girl. If you're not emotionally attached and you like need something from her, you need to be there. You're just there to get a number. It's probably not going to work out. But if you're there to have fun, if you're there to actually maybe, oh, I'm going to cold approach this girl. You're pretty, like, what's your name? You start talking to her. You actually want to find out if she's some genuine person and not just a hoe. And then maybe if you find out like, oh, okay, she's got some of these traits I don't like, it's like, oh, nice meeting you, and you walk away. It's not like you just stand around there for 5 minutes and she's like, what is he still doing here? Like, what does he want? So, of course, like, you know, now these days when I talk to girls, it's completely different to when I did before. I don't have this neediness surrounding myself because, like, it's easier said than done, but you have to create an abundance of women. Now, I'm saying this to my boys who want to, like, who are on the same path as me. When you have women around you, all right, it's the easiest way to create an abundance. It's the easiest way to get other girls because A, you already have someone, so it's like a pre-selection. If you have pretty girls around you and you go talk to some other girl, she's gonna see, okay, he's with those girls. Clearly, he has something that I want. It shows pre-selection, all right? It shows you probably know what you're doing. And you know, of course, girls are gonna judge like saying that pre-selection doesn't mean shit, all right? But you understand and you listen to the girl's actions, not her words. I have such a funny story with this. I was in the woods with this girl, all right, and you know, we started kissing and shit, and she was like, no, we can't do this, you know, in like her girl cute voice, we can't do this. Like, oh my gosh, I can't believe I'm doing this, you know? No, we have to go home. And I was just like, okay, go home. And then she still goes back and starts making out with you. So it's like, you know, listen to the girl's actions. Don't listen to her words because her words, she's basically just comforting herself saying, it's okay, you know, this is fine, you know, I'm not doing anything bad. Like, I'm telling myself this is bad. And then her actions say completely otherwise. So when you actually like listen to a girl's actions and not her words, the same thing. If you go approach a girl, all right, you're just this confident guy, all right, maybe you don't even want to get anything out of it. Maybe you just want to talk. Maybe you just want to connect, see if this girl like vibes with you. You're talking to her, and maybe she looks like she's not that interested, okay? Maybe she doesn't. But she's still standing there with you. She hasn't left. Maybe she's giving you one-word answers. Maybe she's like, it's basically, at the end of the day, a shit test. Of course, you have to identify the difference between a shit test and she just wants to, like, get you off her back. The difference is, like, a shit test is pretty much where she's gonna test you to basically see if you're worthy or not. It's like, I don't know, simple. It's like, oh, do you do this with every girl? You'll fail the shit test if you say, oh, no, just with you. Or like, if you over-exaggerate it, yeah, I take all my women here. I mean, no, clearly that would be better because you're basically turning it into a joke and having fun. But shit tests are like, I'm not going to go down the path on shit tests. It was basically to do with the cold approach. Like, you will understand and you'll get to a point where sometimes you talk to a girl, all right? You're not displaying neediness. You're just confident. You're holding frame. And she doesn't seem like she's too interested, but her actions speak otherwise. She's still giving you responses. She's still there. And after some time, if you say the right things, if you have charisma, if you're just confident dude there, she's going to open up to you. And think of how far better it's going to be to get a girl like that than to get a girl who's easy to get. Because if we're talking about like dating and shit, if you get a girl who maybe it took you like, I don't know, literally 15 minutes to talk to her until she opened up, gave you her number. Think of all the other guys who are going to approach you while you two are dating. She's going to react to them the same way. And those guys are going to be like, oh, okay, she's not interested, and just leave. Instead of having that girl where she's super talkative to everyone and literally you make out with her in 2 minutes. There's a difference with that. And, look, because a lot of us guys, we don't have like tons of women around us to have an abundance and to show pre-selection to other girls. But there's one thing, like you all you can do is just fake it. We fake a lot of shit. Let's be honest, us guys fake a lot of shit. What's the difference of faking that you have an abundance? It's pretty much the fact, like, let's say you're talking to a girl, and let's say maybe it just doesn't go that bad. I mean, that good. You walk away. You don't have to stay there for another 30 minutes and try to achieve something out of it. If you're not having fun, just go. I was talking to this girl, right? I was talking with her and she kind of led the conversation into a boring direction. She's like, like, oh, what about you? What about you? Oh, what do you do? Oh, this. I just got bored. So I just left. I went to talk to someone else, and then later I came back to talk to her, and I could see she was more interested into talking to me. And the conversation actually spiraled into something that, I was like, oh, okay, this is like, I'm genuinely having a fun time talking about this. Lastly, brother, you have to have the courage and the balls to walk away from any situation. Look, I know I say all this stuff, and then I'm going to end it with just listen to your body. Your body is the number one thing that's best telling you what to do. I was talking to my friend, I was like, there's this old classmate, well, not, yeah, kind of. And I was like, do I go out with her? And he's like, it'll be funny, And I thought about it, and I was like, do I actually want to go out with this person? And I came to a verdict of no, I don't actually want to go out with this person. So I didn't. Now, the same thing happened. We were in the city, all right? Me and my friend were in the city, and we met these two kind of cute girls, all right? They were outside of the club we wanted to go to. And we just started talking to them. It was like chill as. We had our hands around them. It was chill vibing. And we so could have easily hooked up with them. It was the easiest shit. Like, I can't describe, like, anything else. We literally just could have gone, sat into my car, drove home, blah, 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 or gone somewhere else, right? I don't want to go into details because there are no details of what happened. But I wasn't feeling it. I was like, I don't actually want to go with these girls because I know it's going to end up in like some stupid, like 1 hour wasting time talking about some bullshit. I literally just wanted to go back into that club and dance and vibe to music. I was chasing fun at that point. I wasn't chasing these girls. So we went into the club, had a fucking fun time. At the end of the night, I was more fulfilled. I actually had more fun than maybe if I went and hooked up with these girls. So, you want to listen to your body. I know that this is a really hard thing to do, is just stop being needy. It doesn't actually take that long. If you put your focus and mind to it, it doesn't take that long for it to actually start working. Because let's just say, think about you're talking to a girl and it's not really going anywhere. Nice meeting you, and you just go. And you don't portray bad image of yourself. Boys, I just quickly want to say, I have been literally appreciating all the love I've been getting. Like, this channel has been growing so much the past few days. And I appreciate every single one of you. Even if you've left hate comments, look, I understand why people do it. People still live in this old world society where they think, the shit I'm saying is bad, blah, blah, blah. But at the end of the day, if you disagree, it shows that I'm out here just trying to help you. I'm trying to show you the mistakes I've made so you don't have to make them. I want you to learn from them and not go not do the same shit I've done, because look, we've all made mistakes, but it's going to be far better and easier for you to learn from mine than do them again. Appreciate all the support. If there's any videos that you want me to make, just comment them down. I can't agree 100% that I'll make them, but I do like that you guys, have been in your point of view saying what videos you want and everything. Hope this video has helped you, brother. Peace out, my G.